Ayanokoji is a serial achiever. He excels in academics, dominates at chess, and even masters calligraphy. But his success isn't rooted in the grueling training he endured in the White Room. Instead, it's due to something far more fundamental. Ayanokoji wins effortlessly because he mastered the art of learning itself. Over the next 5 minutes, you'll discover Ayanokoji's 5-step framework that can dramatically improve your grades while requiring less time and effort. Before diving into the framework, let's address a few studying mistakes that might be holding you back. If you don't fix these, your efforts might feel as futile as working a 12-hour shift in a factory, only to receive a $2 paycheck. Do you use the same study methods for all your exams, regardless of the exam format? For instance, you might rely on flashcards to memorize key terms from your history notes. While this approach could work for multiple choice or matching type questions, it's ineffective for exams that require short answers or essays, where deeper analysis of broader concepts is necessary. Instead, tailor your study strategies to the format of the exam. Take the history exam, for example. If the test focuses on explanations and arguments, practice writing detailed analyses or engage in critical discussions about historical trends, causes, and consequences. Another common mistake is taking notes during class. Contrary to popular belief, doing so divides your attention and prevents you from fully understanding the teacher's explanations. A better approach is to write your notes after the class. This not only helps you better comprehend the material but also trains your memory. You can enhance your notes by comparing them with someone else's or by using an audio recording of the lecture for reference. Now that we've addressed what not to do, let's dive into the 5-step framework. Step 1. Increase alertness. Have you ever felt like your brain just couldn't absorb any more information? This often happens because you need to be alert to initiate neuroplasticity. Alertness is primarily triggered by the release of norepinephrine in the brain and body. One simple way to boost alertness is by taking 25 to 30 deep breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose and exhale fully through your mouth. After your last exhale, hold your breath for 15 to 60 seconds. Then take a single deep inhalation and hold your breath again. Don't force the breath hold, simply return to normal breathing once you feel the urge. Step 2. Develop unbreakable focus. You already know how important focus is for studying. But here's a research-backed technique to achieve unshakable focus in under a minute. Pick a point in your room and stare at it for 30 to 60 seconds. Allow yourself to blink naturally, but direct your visual attention to this one focal point. This exercise aligns your cognitive processes, helping your mind concentrate on fewer stimuli. Essentially, visual focus drives mental focus. If you want a deeper dive into this technique, check out my masterclass on focus. Step 3. Use strategic pauses. Let me introduce you to a fascinating learning technique called doing nothing anytime you're studying. Take random 10-second intervals to disengage from active tasks and let your mind wander. These pauses are powerful because the brain doesn't stop working during them. Instead, it replays the activity patterns from the task you were doing, but at 10 times the speed. This process, known as the gap effect, strengthens memory retrieval and even generates new connections or insights that weren't apparent during active learning. Step 4. Introduce a controlled stressor immediately after learning. Introduce a controlled stressor to trigger an adrenaline spike. This surge acts as a marker, helping the brain consolidate and retain information more effectively. For example, caffeine consumption right after studying is highly beneficial because it naturally increases adrenaline. Another option is to take a cold shower, which also boosts adrenaline. However, if you're new to cold exposure, start gradually. Step 5. Enter recovery mode. After studying and consolidating your knowledge, it's time for NSDR, non-sleep deep rest. During NSDR, the brain shifts into a state of reduced arousal, activating the parasympathetic nervous system. This enhances learning depth while also preparing your mind for better sleep later. NSDR can also serve as a preparatory phase for your next study session, enabling you to learn longer while preserving cognitive resources. Examples of NSDR include meditation, deep breathing exercises, or progressive muscle relaxation. There are many free NSDR protocols available on YouTube. Finally, share your thoughts in the comments below. What are your favorite and least favorite subjects? Let's find out which ones are the most popular in our community.